What up, you hot beauty babies? It's Monday, and we're kind of gonna play 12 minutes, where our clock has gone flaccid. I'm Sean Plott.
I'm Lee, 12 o'clock Grainer.
I'm Sean Bloom. No nickname.
It is a treat to have you with us, you darling beauty baby, because we are returning with more 12 minutes, a game that tries to make a statement. It's an incredibly unique game. Never played anything like it. Amazing writing. I don't know why we aren't done with the game, but the game won't let us be done. So what we're going to do is our usual little intro where we say hello and talk about bullshit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the inimitable Sean Bloom guiding us to how to, I don't want to say beat the game, but how to let the game stop.
Die.
Yeah. And then I have a lot to say about this puppy. And depending upon when that happens, it's unclear if we are minutes away from victory or whether we have another 2 hours ahead of us. We don't know. But the backup game is called Quern. And we're going to... It's Quern. The game's Quern. We're going to be querning after 12 minutes, and we'll do a whole restart of the show in that regard. But first, Sean B., anything notable in the last week leading up to 12 minutes? Any new epiphanies about 12 minutes? Any media that is essential knowledge for us going into this final week of a game that I feel like we've beaten 4 or 5 times?
Gosh, I did have thoughts about this game, and then I had a whole week, and they've maybe been like beaten out of me by that.
Damn.
Okay, so here's the gist of what I was thinking at the end of our show last week, which is that I feel like there's an imbalance in the design of this game where it gives us a lot of physical objects around the apartment to fiddle with.
Yeah.
And branches off different timelines based on sort of the state of things, and how we arrange the detritus of our lives. And then it also lets us have a conversation with our wife, who is ostensibly like an intimate partner.
Yeah, no, I believe that she is
extremely troubled.
She is twice stabbed, once removed. I think it's the term.
Yes, I think that's a relationship. And and she's but the like conversations that we can have with her are extremely constrained.
Yeah.
Like, there are a couple of different outcomes that we can get to, and it feels there's something to me that is really missing about the nuance of like honest conversation with a person that you love and a partner, and the idea that there's no way to navigate this night, which seems to be the point of the game. Like, there's no way to navigate this night without it blowing up in your face.
Yeah.
That if you that maybe works in a world where you can't communicate with somebody, but where you can literally sit down on the couch and like talk to her and have the game say like there's no way that would work. There's like you could do this infinite times and you could never sort of like come to an understanding with a person. There's something real weird about that to me.
Yeah,
something that feels inhuman.
Yeah, it's almost, I think, one of the fundamental problems with just verbal dialogue in games is that conversation is something that everyone has done. And so as a result, it feels like a very natural thing to include in some mechanical regard in your game. But you're then given like A or B. And it's never like a thing you would say or a different thing you would say. It's something unusually evil or something unusually angelic. And those are your choices because it connects back to some other system where your, Paragon level determines blah, blah, blah.
Right,
and so
right.
I feel like there's almost a conceit that you make when you play a lot of other games, or even like in the old point-and-click adventure games we played before, where you navigate through dialogue options. Many are informational, 2 give clues, and you get stuck in that loop, and it's clear that there's no way out of that. But for some reason, when you elevate the dialogue to the writing quality and to the voice acting quality, and also have a lot of options, but still lacking the dead fucking obvious options that you feel like you should be able to say there. Like, for instance, I do not buy at all that we were like, yeah, I know that's my half sister. I don't know. I forgot. Might be. I was like,
yeah,
that's not, that didn't happen. That's false. Like,
yep. I think this goes to prove once again my theory that either the assets in the game can be polished or the interactivity can be polished. But the more you polish one, the worse the other gets. So the better your art gets, the worse your interactivity.
Wow.
This game it really tipped the scales by having such good writing and acting that it just couldn't be supported.
Couldn't.
Wow. Yeah. No,
I had to steal that energy from somewhere.
Sean, I've been thinking about your comment last week, and this sort of springboards off what Lee said about how polish and quality of art brings all these subconscious expectations that you didn't even realize were there. Because your comment was, if you're going for a more realistic 3D model, you might be able to stretch for that, but it might be better to stick with 2D or something that is less graphically high fidelity, so that way the awkwardness of the interactions is invisible. And I was thinking this a lot as I was watching Stardew Valley, where excuse me, I have these little Pellegrino cans, and I've had probably 7 today. And so so my cats meow at me, and I just belch at the cats. It's been exciting. But like when I was watching Stardew Valley, and you have this silly little jump swing with your axe when you swing your axe, and it's charming, and it's the exact same looking animation every time, and it's fine. You don't need anything more. It has like really satisfying crunchy sound. It feels really good. But like we've all seen those 3D games where you have an axe and you're like chopping at the tree, and the axe is going right through the tree, and there's these unbelievably beautiful sun rays coming through, and these like blades of grass that are like interfering with just the atmospheric effects, and it looks weird. It looks janky, even though technically the graphic level is much higher fidelity. I think it's like such a great point you made last week, Sean.
Thanks.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that you should just like lie to Sarah and go like, it's for you, kid. Like, yeah. So we to catch everyone back up to where we were, we're in this weird situation where we now know that we are the half-brother of no longer wife, but now her. That Daisy Ridley is our wife's sister, and that Willem Dafoe is someone who's close to the father of both of us. We're the bastard child.
Also, the father in our faulty memory continues to lose hair and become more and more similar to Willem Dafoe.
Let me know when you're in the mood.
Yeah.
Well, he already was. It's confusing.
It is confusing. That's true.
And so, we went through this entire sequence where we have the ability to call the daughter of the... Show me the ventilation grid. All right, so I have to do this. We can call the daughter of Willem Dafoe, convince the daughter to call Willem Dafoe, and we can do any combination of you don't kill us, but you get to go free. We can confront our sister wife and say that we're your brother. We can do any number of these kinds of things. And we keep feeling like we've done everything right. Our character keeps going, oh my god, but we've done it. I've revealed the truth. And then we find this watch that if we set it to 2 minutes before, if we set it back, so it's currently going backwards in time. And if we stay here, it brings us to the past, presumably to a room full of books where our father, 8 years ago, told us that we weren't allowed to marry our sister.
Half sister.
Yeah.
Half sister, very importantly, you're right.
Chromosomes.
And so, this moment was kind of cool, where it suddenly turns out we can use this pocket watch to go to different times.
Look at that reflection. The reflection in the pocket watch might be the coolest thing ever in any game.
You're back.
It's pretty well, and I like how it turns into a wall clock.
It's so... Which the wall clock that's right here.
But we need to be on the same page.
But so why does your dad not have hair anymore?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to denote the different universes?
This isn't how I wanted to tell.
I think I also didn't tweet that we were live. We are live with tonight's hashtag mostly walking. We are going to beat 12 minutes today, and if there's time, we're gonna start quern.
I am very concerned about the hair. Well, the hair is it's like because now this character of the father is indistinguishable from the not a cop guy who comes in, which is bizarre and strange.
Which is bizarre and strange, and it's also bizarre and strange that we've never figured out who that guy actually is. Right. Somebody who had some kind of a relationship with our dad at some time in the past and wants to take revenge for his death. But who is he?
Can we do a prediction? Do you think we will find out who he is by the end of tonight?
Well, here's kind of the order I want to go in, Lee. I do want to get to predictions in a moment, but I want to fill everyone in on what happens when we look at these branches. What happened is we went back here, and it seemed initially that this was a flashback of our father telling us you can't be with your sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. Our sister-in-law thought that she killed her father, but no, it was us that actually killed the father, that finished the job.
Yep.
Not our sister-in-law, our half-sister.
Yeah, not. Yes,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
our sister.
Here's the important word is sister in all of this. She has a blood relation to us, LeMayo. So if we say there's no future between us, it opens up dialogue options where we confront and say, I'm your brother killer, or your father killing brother husband.
Father killing brother. That's a
father killer
good,
brother husband. There it is.
Brother.
Yeah. And so
that's an old bluegrass standard, I think.
Father killing brother lover.
Amazing.
So then we try to say I want to be with her, and we try to lie and get everyone to go happily in their merry ways. But we get stuck in the loop. We can also choose there is no future between us and never start a relationship to begin with, which causes our pocket watch to stop spinning, and we can go to the empty apartment and nothing's going on. And so what we decided was this week we were going to just look at a guide and get the walkthrough. And so this is where the predictions come in, because I'm thinking about what I believe it was you, Sean, maybe it was Lee, who said that everything we're looking at isn't real, that this is us imagining into the future what a life could be like.
Yeah.
That this is a exploration of us dealing with the consequences if we did go down a particular route and getting to relive down various other paths. And another option is that there's something very sci-fi-ish going on here, where there is a person who is trapped in a time loop.
Yeah, yes, in kind of an interstellar sort of a way. Some kind of to me it reads more interstellar, but it would make more sense from a structural standpoint if it was more Slaughterhouse-5. It just, the tone of the game doesn't seem to fit that at all.
Yeah,
so.
I wish I'd read that book. I'm unfortunately vegetarian.
At least we know that it's not a quantum leap. He's never looking into a mirror and seeing someone else's face.
Right. There's not a lot of mirrors though. Would we notice?
I don't know. I think you're right. You might be right.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's top down, so you can't see reflections. Thanks, Potato Style. I did think my joke was above average. So what do we do now? Now I want to open the floor, Sean. How do we win the game?
Well, okay, so I got a couple of things, and one is we could do a little bit of achievement hunting, because I think there are a couple of endings that are not winners, that we maybe haven't seen.
Yeah, like show me a stabber. Because I think you were gone the week where we stabbed our wife, electrocuted the guy, stabbed him, and the only thing I think we didn't do was call Bumblebee and let her know the good news.
Have you ever called 911?
Whoa! Let's call 911.
Tell you, I don't care.
Right, here's the step-by-step that I got.
I love her no matter what.
Pick up the pocket watch.
What?
Return to the bedroom and flip the light switch once.
Think about that. She never needs to know.
Hide in the closet and wait for the cop to arrive. Wait, do you need to do something?
You got your sister pregnant. We just can't ignore that.
Oh wait, says you got your sister pregnant.
What?
And she doesn't need to know.
Yeah, so this isn't a flashback.
No.
Yeah, I think it's a. I think you're
about this. Why not? You lied about everything else.
I think you're projecting all of it.
Yeah. I have. But it stops here.
Denunciator says, Gregnant? You got your sister pregnant.
Sir? Are you... Sir?
Sir, are you sir? Or, sir, are you father? Father, are you sister? Are you babe?
Nick, babe?
Babe?
Whoa, look at that reflection of the shining rug. It's the shining rug. You thought it was just a clever reference, but it's the #1 most viewed texture in the game. It's the shining rug. On the mind of Danny Elfman.
So we do get the watch, right?
Fuck it.
So do we get the watch?
Okay, yeah. So I think get the watch, flip the light switch, hide in the closet, and wait for the cop to arrive. He's gonna shock himself.
But what about our wife? Don't we need to like drug our wife and get her to pass out?
I guess it doesn't say that explicitly, but like try to get it so that the cop shocks himself.
Hey there.
Yeah. I can do that. I need to get sleeping pills, and I need to make her go to bed and go into here.
I didn't hear you come in.
Because otherwise, she calls for us, he looks in the closet, and then kills us.
Right, I do remember that.
I will.
Oh, I see, yes. Put sleeping pills in her drink, then pick up the pocket watch. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't matter which one you put.
Oh, we gotta clean that closet?
Don't worry, I'm going to have some conversational time with Bumblebee in there. Call the copperonis and the pepperoni. Let's shut this. This with this. Alright, so this is good. We're going to get some achievement hunting. We get the watch. Why do we need the watch for this out?
Because we're going to give it to the cop.
Oh.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wait. Oh, I think we've done this. I think we did give him the watch.
But we're gonna call 911 now.
Did we get the coward achievement? I don't know that we got that. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna assist in the murder of our wife. Is what we're gonna do.
Oof.
And then we're gonna pay him off with what he wants.
Water?
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so we can shock him, tie him up, and then call 911. Is that what we want to do?
Shock him, bind his hands, take a zip tie from him, leave him there. When he wakes up, tell him you're innocent, then go sit on the couch and wait. He's gonna wake up, he's gonna kill the wife, and then we're gonna call 911 and report a suicide, and then we're gonna give him the watch so that he'll leave.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, we didn't do that one. Now, okay, so I just left because I want to see if I'd gotten that achievement.
Oh, just gonna lie down for a sec. We'll talk.
So I'm gonna take
Did you flip the light switch one time?
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
I'm a gamer.
I know.
Don't think I would ever forget a build order, you know. So what we did do is give him the pocket watch when everyone was conscious.
Mm.
Tifa Anders says, this is my first time watching, and this game is crazy. You have no idea, Tifa Anders. Watch the YouTube videos from the start. Come on. So he says, I'm innocent. It was all her. It wasn't me. And he goes, all right, well.
Come on, I know you're home. Open the door.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Anyone home?
He
Bing bong.
around.
Bing bong, why is the light not on?
Hello? Police. Come on out.
I'm weirded out that he doesn't shut the door.
Yeah, that's weird too.
He has an open door policy, you know.
Of course.
What the?
Yeah.
Ah! I like how he
does
begins to
scream
scream before.
Okay, bind his hands.
Bind his hands. Bind his hands.
Also take a zip tie.
He just passed out.
Did I take anything else of his? No, let's use this like this. All right, so when he wakes up, then I talk to him, huh?
Yeah, but I think also take the second zip tie.
Really?
I think so. I don't know why, but that's what the walkthrough says.
Okay. Okay.
If you don't take his knife, he'll use it to cut the zip tie.
What?
He will. Yep, that's what he's gonna do.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you little shit. Just listen.
Innocent.
I'm sorry that I cuffed you.
I
But
love
I'm
telling
innocent.
the officers.
I just found out about all of this. I don't have anything to do with it. All her fault. So, let me go. Please.
Listen, I get it. This is a lot. I can help you. Just work with me, and we can keep you out of this.
Okay. Okay, I'll do as you say.
Okay, I will do whatever you want.
Smart. You're gonna get up slowly. Don't do anything stupid.
I mean, I gotta say, this character is amazing at being in control when zip-tied face down on the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Eventually you're gonna go sit on the couch and wait.
Yeah. So he talks to us.
You know where the watch is? All I'm here for.
I know where it is.
Yeah. We'll give you the watch.
Listen carefully. I need a few minutes in the bedroom with her. Alone. Go sit on the couch and stay there until I come back. Try anything clever again and I'll kill you.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Oof.
Sorry.
Just clip a little bit right through him. All right.
Yeah, no. I
I remember this. We've definitely done this couch sit before.
And then I think, yeah, no. Just listen. Oh, it has that really high-pitched crack of proper gunfire,
And
man.
then, did he just check his watch? Did he just
Yeah,
have a
he
little
totally did.
check his watch animation?
Where's your
Amazing.
phone?
He's just idling.
Here.
Here, have my phone.
Here's what's going to happen.
Oh, that's what we said. We don't have a phone, and you beat the shit out of
I'm
us.
going to dial 911. You're going to tell them you just got home and that your wife is dead. It looks like she committed suicide. She shot herself in the head. Don't go off topic. And don't talk about anything else. Clear?
I'm clear.
Ooh, that's a good little voice break.
Yeah,
Clear.
that's good.
Emergency services.
My wife is my sister. I'd like to report that I am a crime. Okay.
My wife.
Sir?
She shot herself.
Sending an ambulance right now. Is she still breathing?
I just got home from work and
Sir, I can talk you through emergency first aid.
no, she's dead.
All right.
Jesus,
a unit
this
will be there in
fucking
15 minutes.
In
Stay where you are.
15
right?
minutes.
You fucked up your life, man. You're lucky. You get a second chance.
You fucked up your
Do
life,
better next
man.
time.
I'm just imagining someone who doesn't have a broadcast, who's sitting alone in their house in a dark room, who is just achievement hunting.
Go in the bedroom. Go in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Lie down on the
hunting in the dark.
What?
Yeah,
Coward. Got it.
Coward. Okay. You want to do another one?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Enter the apartment and sit on the couch. Do nothing but listen to your wife. Once she enters the bathroom, keep doing nothing.
All right, so I'm gonna. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just imagining someone achievement hunting, and they're just getting something like, "You fucked up your whole life. No, not a lot of people get a second chance." And it's like coward, and they're like, "All right, that's 80%. Let's get the next achievement." Like,
Hey there.
hey there.
I didn't hear you come in.
Best night ever. Guess who made dessert?
So I just sit
Let
here,
me know
huh?
when you're in the mood.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I will. Oh yeah.
Okay, and then also, this is separate, but note this little red book that she pulls out of her pocket. And stuff.
Yeah. When we knocked her unconscious with an entire bottle of sleeping pills in about 20 seconds, I saw that book was in her little pocket.
What book is that?
It's
Oh, we gotta clean that closet.
What book is this?
This is really good, actually.
It is the operating manual for a vacuum cleaner.
It's a book about closet cleaning.
Yeah.
How to confront your husband about the closet. And she's like looking at the book, looking at the husband. We gotta clean that closet at some point. Yeah, I'm on it. Turns to the next page.
This is so far as the most accurate that I've seen.
Yeah, this looks a lot like what I'm going to be doing when this show concludes. Except in place of a table, there will be a dog looking right back at us. If any of you did not watch our last week's shows, this is a lockdown simulator.
Oh, I forgot to call the landlord about the light switch. Am I doing that tomorrow?
All right.
One time I was on an airplane flight and I realized that like it was no different from my normal everyday. Like I was sitting on the plane, I was like, I can do everything here that I do anytime else.
Yeah, I happen to be traveling 600 miles an hour. But it's basically the same.
Yeah. The internet is a little slower.
Exactly.
So have I succeeded? Am I doing it?
I think you're doing it. I finally remembered to put the spare key outside. I mean, we maybe have to sit through 12 minutes of this. I don't know.
You know,
this is good stuff. This is peak mostly walking right here.
It really is. It's
mostly sitting.
Yeah, it's one of the only non-walking driven solutions in the history of mostly walking.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's taken me this long, but I am extremely weirded out in this moment by her bare feet.
Guess
you know,
it has two thumbs and
there,
remember to pay the electric bill today.
There was a period of time where I did a few StarCraft Remastered events, where it was me and 3 of my old Brood War buddies shooting the shit, playing games, chatting. And so it was a shot like this where we were all on a sofa, and right where the table was the camera pointed to us, and I wore flip-flops. And I received so many complaints that no one wanted to see my toes. And the thing is that, like, I have nice toes. Like, I'm not saying that to brag, but you know how some people have those, you know, like fucking
I haven't enjoyed a book
hoof toes, you know, they're just like all mangled, and like the toenails just like it grows into itself and creates a fractal toenail and stuff. I have just nice toes and really gentle baby feet. And people hate seeing feet, and I'm wondering, Sean, if I were on that sofa and you tuned into that broadcast, would you be unnerved by my toes?
If I turned into that broadcast?
Yeah. is this
But you were wearing flip-flops.
Yeah.
Well, but you were indoors.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Open up.
I feel like wearing
I'll get it.
flip-flops indoors is weird. It's less about me seeing your toes, I think. But I do think that I would be weirded out
Turn
by
around, please.
What?
seeing
Me?
you wear
Yes, you.
flip-flops
Hands behind your back. Let's go.
Well, this
Hold
isn't
still.
playing out any different.
This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
No, I mean, I like wasting time. This is my car.
Now you.
Jesus.
Hands behind your back, please. Don't move.
Help me. Will you come help me?
What? Yeah, this didn't play out the way that the walkthrough suggested that it should.
This is a mistake.
Really? Because it's...
You're under arrest for your father's murder 8 years ago.
No. That can't be right.
Shut up. You know what this is. Now, where's your father's watch?
Is he a
My
cop?
father?
He's not a
Please,
cop,
you
right?
must be thinking of
No.
No,
someone
he's
else.
not really a cop.
No
I don't
playing
think.
dumb. Tell me where the watch is.
I'm not lying. Please don't hurt us. Honey, tell him.
He can't help you. Just you and me. Tell me where the watch is, and we all go our separate ways.
I'm telling you, I don't know about any watch.
Okay, let's just see.
Babe, will you tell him? No, please.
I don't feel like I'm about to get an achievement.
I don't think so either.
No, he's making the four-legged frog again.
I'll tell him.
All right. Well, I'm giving up on that one. The only thing that I want to know is, did we get the alone achievement? Because there is a I think we did. I think we did. I think that
Yeah.
you get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
alone. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you load into the reality in which we don't have
Oh, where she's just not there.
yeah, we don't
Where
have a
there's no
sister
partner.
wife.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm curious.
Okay,
Can
then
you?
there's one more.
There's one more, and when you say one more, is this like the actual solution ending? One more?
Well, here's the thing: is that prepare yourself, steel yourself.
No,
I'm
no.
not sure that there's consensus on which one is the true ending, but I did see somebody, because I think some people would say that the alone ending is the true ending.
Ooh, okay, all right.
And that was not super satisfying. But other people might say that this one is the true ending, and
The true
it is
ending.
At least
The
it's a
true
little
ending.
different.
The trending. The trending. What's the trending
Trending
solution?
ending.
Yeah.
Okay. We go through the deal. We grab the pocket watch. We wait for it. We go into the architect's room. It's a Matrix reference. Yeah. He asks us, that binary question.
Right.
Don't answer. Instead, click on the red book on the bookshelf along the bottom of the screen.
Whoa!
The one that your wife was reading.
Shit! That sounds pretty tight. Let's do that.
And that's what's known as a proper book ending of this show.
Oh!
Before we go on to the next one.
Ending.
Yeah.
Book
Yeah.
ending.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
you just obliterated all non-subscribers, didn't you?
I sure did. Because I saw someone, I believe that person said the spoiler before you did, because they said it as you were beginning to say it, Sean, and there's a delay.
There's a
So,
delay.
Yeah.
Guess who made dessert? Let me
So
know when you're in the mood.
now it's only High Miles Platinum members, Day 9 Platinum, Day 9 Elite,
And service members, yes.
service members.
All right, open up.
Cat. Wow, your screen is good, exactly 2/3 cat right now.
Yeah. Oh, she's going for my water. Oh, fucking hell, man. I just filled that up. You're gonna give me toxoplasmosis, man.
Do cats? Oh yeah, you don't. You probably have that
I
already.
absolutely do. I can no longer smell the scent of cat urine. Like, I'm all toxoplasmosis up, man. It's bad.
I've been there, yeah.
Well, I'm happy to see you drinking water, Despy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do anything. I'm going to click on that red book, huh?
There you go. You're back.
I see it right there.
Look, I know this is...
I've seen that book a million times.
But we need to be on the same page.
Oh,
same
nice.
Page, get it, Page.
Page.
For my daughter's sister wife, it's not okay to be a brother husband.
Hey, it's only by forgetting that we ever really dropped the thread of time and approached the experience of living in the present moment.
What was that from? Who said that? Somebody said
you
that.
You read that one, I know the idea
from the
of forgetting
book, I guess. Okay, don't
crazy,
click on it.
But what if you could? I can help with that if you want.
What?
All you have is the future. You'll forget everything you went through.
Oh,
all
shit.
The pain, all the stress, forgotten. Forever. But you need to understand, there is no turning back. You can't undo this. We can talk about it still. You can choose an answer. You don't have to forget if you don't want to.
Okay, so...
The choice is yours. This is your last chance.
This is...
All right. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Oh, come on.
All right. Close your eyes.
Is he gonna fucking hypnotize? Is he gonna fucking hypnotize?
There is no such thing as a sister.
Focus. Breathe. Look at its contours.
And really, he's not gonna do the pocket watch hypnosis thing?
Change
it. Really?
Is he not? That
Moving backward, returning to its
can't
bud.
believe that. What?
Think of that bud. Unopened.
Lee, you're totally right. How are they not doing that?
As a whole, don't just notice the changes. Let go of how you saw this before. Don't let anything override the perception of how you see this today.
Fuck.
Just focus on that bud.
This is a hell of a long appointment.
Silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear and anger. May you know peace
So
and
he's
joy.
using Buddhist meditation to create memory loss effects. Father, Willem Dafoe. So, but he's only credited as father. He's not credited as bad guy.
Yeah. So maybe the father never actually did get murdered. He just turned into a fake cop.
It really feels like maybe they didn't have another actor. Like they were like, we have Willem Dafoe. We're just gonna. Like, I don't. Neil Bones.
This is the game. This is the game.
This is the
game.
I don't.
Okay, so here is how I am going to interpret the events that occurred. I think that we are a brother husband with a sister wife. There is a point in time where we are wanting to get with our sister and wife our sister. And all the events, they're all taking place in the mind of the protagonist as they're in this therapist's office thinking about, I don't know if this is a therapist or a hypnotist or a father or a Willem Dafoe playing himself as a digital character. I don't know who this person is, but I'm going to call him the therapist. So there's a therapist type person who is talking to us, and we are thinking about all the different futures and trying to think through and reflect through and consider all this stuff and debate internally all the different outcomes that could happen, which is kind of why the character that comes in, who's the cop, is the same as the therapist, right? We're all just sort of jumbling and reflecting upon these external thoughts and opinions coming in. Oh, I can just keep playing the game if I wanna.
Oh, it starts over. Because you forgot everything. I assume. That would be clever. I assume it's being clever.
If it's trying to be that clever, I don't know. It's starting to be like, now that you believe this, guess what? There's another twist. I'm like, you just made me believe, you know?
I don't understand. I don't get it. I would never make a game like that.
Okay,
where
so
it's like, right? Where it's like, hey, let's just have some of the characters be kind of the same person, kind of.
It's interesting. I don't get as caught up on that aspect of it, Lee, as you do. But I think because I believe that they're trying to be deep. I think that this is a game that is mimicking an aesthetic that is like philosophical and deep without recognizing that it doesn't have anything philosophical and deep to say.
Oof. Yeah.
Ow. Their bones.
I think that's what's going on. Glowering in the chat says there's one more ending that we should see.
All right, let's do it.
Is it worth doing it?
Yeah, no, heck yeah.
Okay, so this is I think that we do the same thing as last time.
Where we touch the book?
But hold off on touching the book. Basically, the goal this time around is to drag out that interaction with the father therapist cop.
Yeah.
As long as possible.
Great.
And wait. He's gonna go through his whole dialogue where he asks us to make a choice, and he keeps talking, and eventually he tells us to say something. Finally, say something.
Wait. This is continue, right?
Locked.
Yeah, I think.
Shit. Forgot my keys.
No, this is I think this is a new.
It started over.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do this ending or not. That's what I thought. See, that's the clever thing that I thought it was doing. The narrative was you forget about everything that's ever happened, and then the game starts over, having erased your save, which is clever. Like that's interesting. I don't know this ending. The only thing about this ending is that we maybe need to have read her book to be able to say the quote the way that we want to. So I don't know if we can do it or not.
I think I'm gonna just. I'm closing the game.
We'll leave that as an exercise for later.
No,
Sean,
my layout every time. I just don't know how to be a producer of shows. Oh, fuck. All right, everyone stay here.
Yeah, whenever that happens, whoever gets shown needs to put their hands up real quick, like Charlie Walnut says. Like a crab lark.
There we go. Yeah, like, so... okay. To try to share my evaluations as best I can, as briefly as I can, I feel like... frankly, the idea of this sort of forbidden relationship, just at face value, I don't find compelling. You know, like where I am controlling a character who's trying to deal with the fact that he married his sister and that's causing some problems. And I'm just like, yeah, man, sucks to suck. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not... yeah, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I do not connect to this character, you know. And also all the... Well, let me actually rewind, because when the game begins, it presents something that is, like, really interesting. A time loop, the idea of kind of steering what's going on in the scene. I also really liked the experience of learning more in one loop, and in the next loop, it opened up more options because of what I learned at the end of the last one. You know, like being able to pick up the phone and to call Bumblebee was a really interesting, cool thing that happened. And I feel like those mechanics are really exciting, and I don't see those in a lot of places. But then I almost want an equally exciting, interesting, insane, and crazy story to go along with it. And the story is, frankly, almost like shock value and a little bland. Like not the specific writing, but just the generic shape of it, which is like a guy has a sister and like fell in love with her because they never really had a relationship. So he kind of lied about it, and you can tell her and ruin everything. You can not tell her and things are still weird. Or you can get hypnotized.
It definitely, it definitely feels like they were just like, let's put in big social taboo, and that'll be the conflict,
Yeah.
It's like, and I almost feel like it gives us too much time to sit with that social taboo, because at the end of 3 hours of like having played this game, knowing the twist, maybe part of my problem is that like I think maybe we can get past it.
I mean, it's one of those it's one of those things. What is it? One of those things. It's not like a ticking time bomb, really. It's the kind of thing that if you didn't know about it and you just ignored it, well, I guess that's why the whole forgetting thing. But
yeah, I don't know. I think George R. R. Martin showed us that you need a lot more than just incest, right? Like the story just doesn't work.
I guess
that's it.
Is this part of a? That's the other thing. Is what's with all the twincest going on these days? Is it just those? Is it just this and Game of Thrones, or has it been a whole thing? Like, is it in right now?
I have seen it in other media. I think that Bumblebee Tuna brings up Old Boy, that has a storyline about that. And also, I did not like Old Boy for that reason. I was like, oh, it's building to that. I sort of, for me, like, in a story, if you want to have a twist and a surprise and a revelation, two things need to be true. One, it just needs to be itself a good, fun, satisfying revelation, but also your story needs to be exciting and fun and compelling without that.
Yeah.
And so, I sort of, the mechanics of it are deeply science fiction. There's a pocket watch that's rewinding time, right? And everything seems to indicate there's more of a plot-driven, concrete component to this, right? We're trying to leave the room. Oh, damn it, this is BS. Or we get choked and we're like, oh, fucker, right? It's very functional. It's very plot-driven. It's very, like, story-driven. But then it just turns out it's like a psychological thing about a taboo subject, and I was sort of like, oh, that's just not as exciting as you're on a 12-minute time loop in an interactive setting sort of game. And I think that's one of the things that felt like really painful for me. And I almost imagine like a comparison might be something like if the level design in Portal was boring. Like imagine if it just had some puzzles where you kind of moved around the space and you go, oh, well, I feel like they could have done more with the portal gun, but they didn't. Oh. Instead, it like starts to ramp, and then you like go behind the scenes into the guts of the facility, and it feels like this huge escalation, and it feels like a payoff.
Yeah, I like maybe a good question to ask is what did this game explore and what did it not? It explored the things you could do in the apartment with the loop. It tossed a giant I don't know what a giant crazy thing, which was the incest plot, but then it did not explore that.
Yeah,
and I think that was I can't imagine, like, having played this game, I can't imagine this game touching that with a 10-foot pole. Like they were throwing that in there as a taboo, but they weren't going to be like, all right, well, we're going to take a close human look at it. What does it mean? What are the implications? It's like, no, that would be too far or something. So
it just sort of gestures at it and sort of like snidely. Isn't that fucked up?
That's why we've been feeling like being like, oh yeah, the sister, like making all these like sister wife jokes and comments is because it's just left awkwardly out there without because if a game truly wanted to explore all the nuances of an incestuous relationship, that would be you can just imagine how the lifespan of that game would go and how what the reception would be like and stuff.
But let's assume for a moment that they nailed the exploration of whatever topic. Maybe they had to change it, maybe they kept it to this one and like really integrated that. For me, the thing that actually it almost grated on me, I'm almost embarrassed to say that it like bothered me and annoyed me and like, oh, but I gave you money, come on. I felt like gameplay wise there's a certain clarity around the goal that I always want.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily mean like the game needs to function like Assassin's Creed games where a giant laser flies out of your head and shows you where you need to walk at all points in time and what you need to do, and there's a checklist. But, what I felt like was happening as we were playing is we were starting to understand that a cop is coming to kill all of us. How do we get him to not do that, right? Okay. And I liked the ambiguity that started to come into focus. Oh, but then we start to realize that this killer has his own motivation. So maybe it's actually not that the game's goal is to stop the cop and to stab and kill the cop. Maybe it's that we need to help the cop, And then it feels a little bit like the game goes, fuck you, we're not really about anything. And I kind of feel like I went through all this work, and I almost imagine it's like if there is a Metroidvania game where you're exploring and unlocking more areas and you're getting a sense of everything's connected, and then at some point you discover that everything loops back, and you go, wait, am I missing something? And they go, no, that's just it. You just, it's over.
Right.
I feel like I was given a goal, and then a tricky hidden goal, and then a trickier hidden goal, and then the understanding that none of that was important at any point in the first place. And it was...
there's something to, like, not having an ending, to just having sort of a bunch of achievements and a couple of different ways that you can get to credits, but not, like... There's no resolution to the story. The closest we get to resolution is somehow you end up in a world where none of this ever happened, or you end up in a world where you forget that any of this ever happened. So, like, all of it feels meaningless. All of it feels like, what was the point of any of that?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that to dig into that, it's not that there was any set of final goals and there were different outcomes based upon your success and failure of those goals. It felt like there was no goals. There was no resolution. There was no purpose.
And yet, all of these critiques are valid. And also, though, if I was on... I mean, this is a tricky game to recommend, but if I were on a forum and someone was like, I want to get into like weird new adventure games, what should I try? I'd be like, oh, you should play 12 Minutes. Like, I would still recommend it. It's just interesting that I think it passes a quality threshold where that's why we've been talking about our issues with it so much, is because it hits a quality threshold.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's not going for... It doesn't paint any white walls. It makes everything a fucking mural. And I have a lot of problems with this really effortful fucking mural. It's like... It tried to do a lot of stuff. And I think that there's something in me that, like... There's a lot of really dark, nihilistic media that I like. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is The Terror. And as you can imagine by the name of a show like that, it doesn't end happily. But I feel like there's a difference between I didn't like the resolution and that it was resolution-less. Because there's the kind of shows where I think Sopranos did this in its finale. It kind of left things in a particular hanger sort of way.
Yeah.
But the way in which it left it on a hanging note was very clearly the point. You know?
Yes.
Right.
Like, to be clear, I could not tell I still don't know if we completed the game. You know?
Right.
I still have no idea. But, like, if, for instance, there was, you know, let's imagine, this is a shitty example, but still it communicates my point. If there was, like, 5 light bulbs in your apartment, and the lighting of each light bulb caused a memory to click. And you do 1, and then you do 2, and then you do 3, and then you do 4, and we're stuck, and we can't figure out how to light the 5th light bulb, and then we light it, and everything comes into focus, and we're given this decision of what we want to do with our memories. And whatever we pick, it rolls the credits and ends the game. And it's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I see that the point is that there's no resolution if you're in love with a family member. You know, like, wow, I see it, because the game led you, everything implied that there was an ending that was going to happen, and here it is. Ta-da.
Yep.
Yeah, because, I mean, again, like, the game appeared to say the resolution you're going to seek is exiting this loop, and we're going to imply that that's the way it's going. And what it should do, I feel like, if it wants to hit what I'm talking about, is have there be an event that ends the playing of the game, that answers the question, you have now done the last step to end the loop, and as it turns out, you're still in the loop. You know, like the Dark Tower, or like the entire arc, and it gets to the end. This is a spoiler for Dark Tower. It gets to the end, and you realize that this person's in a loop. And you just had this epic, unbelievable story that then ended with the start of a new loop. And it kind of gives you this, like, holy shit, right? Like, feels very deliberate. This feels a little bit abandoned.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
I literally don't even know what I think about this. Like, I have no idea.
Well, now I want to read The Dark Tower. I've been putting it off because I just thought, oh, it's a flavorful fantasy, kind of interesting fantasy. Now I know that about its structure. It's like, oh shit, I actually want to read that now.
I guess my last response is that I don't know that I would actually recommend this to somebody who was, you know, interested in getting into adventure games or whatever. But I do respect sort of a lot of the stuff that it was doing. And I think last week I mentioned that I had to stop listening halfway through several podcasts because they kept wanting to talk about 12 minutes. And in the last week, there have been 2 more that I had to stop listening to. So, like,
really? Okay.
This game is doing something that is engaging people, and I think in every case, I mean, I didn't listen to the bits because I didn't want to spoil it. I'm gonna go back. I think in every case they were highly critical of the game. I don't think there were any recommendations of this game to be had in any of those conversations. But I could not escape sort of the conversation about it. Like, a lot of people were talking a lot about it.
Where is this buzz coming from? How did we learn about this game?
I mean, I don't know who their marketing company was, but like, it's big name actors.
It's an Annapurna title.
Yeah, no, that's how I knew about it. I have a lot of lists that I follow for mostly walking for. I mean, we know about it because it is my profession to know about various adventure games coming out.
It is fun. It's like, oh, it's because it's one of the it's by one of the 3 indie game companies now. It's like there's 3 publishers.
Yeah, well, what are the 3? What are the 3? Because I have my list.
There's Annapurna and Devolver.
Yep.
Was there? I thought there was a 3rd, or is it just 2 now?
Double Fine.
Yeah.
I feel
remember
like
when it was we don't need a developer to we don't need a publisher to fuck up our game, and then, like, you know, what, 10-15 years later, it's now there's 2 indie publishers.
Yeah. No, the third I was going to say was Chucklefish. That feels like they have done a lot of support.
Chuckle, yeah.